This is the Real Talk radio show, and I am your host, Devlin James. What's going on, folks? This is Mr. Apathy coming at you with another video, and this one is going to be a quick one. I wanted to make a video like this for a while, especially after I had this one particular experience myself. For the life of me, I can't wrap my head around the mentality of some of today's women. I really can't. I don't know where their strong sense of entitlement comes from, or their feeling that they deserve to have something better than what they can offer someone else. I had a profile on this website some time back. It was a free dating website, and I was really using it as an avenue to network more than to meet someone, because this particular site was made up mostly of bottom feeders, baby mamas, and a whole host of women with deep psychological issues that no one in their right mind should want to be bothered with. I know this because I actually met a few women off of this website. And most of you probably already know that I'm talking about Plenty of Fish. Anyway, I got a message from this woman. Actually, it was more like a job interview than anything else. And honestly, I wish I had kept a copy of it because it was so absurd. I would never believe that a woman would actually reach out to a man in that manner if I hadn't read that message myself. I'm going to summarize and paraphrase what she'd sent me.
Hi, I'm on here looking for a real man, not a boy, and not someone I'm going to have to take care of. Are you a real man? If we were to go on a date, could you afford to pay for dinner? Do you have a car? Do you have a job? Do you own your own place? I don't want no boy who's still living with their mama. Can you cook? And can you keep me interested? 'Cause I get bored easily. You have to like kids because I have one. And I hope you like big girls 'cause that's what I am. Hit me up so we can get to know each other better.
I don't even know where to start with this one. I just had to laugh. I had to laugh. What else could I do? This woman was clearly on a different level, especially since this was the first correspondence I'd received from her. And it was obviously a cut and paste message, because I can't see her sending something that involved to a number of different guys and be original every time. Whatever the case, I wasn't attracted to this chick in any way. She was right about being a big girl. At least she wasn't delusional there. And she came with a child. So we have an overweight, unattractive woman with a child who expects to get a man to wine and dine her and keep her entertained because she gets bored easily. She wants a man with a job, a car, and who owns his own place, and he must be willing to accept her and her child as is. Now, there's nothing wrong with having certain expectations from a potential partner when you choose to enter the dating game. Your expectations, however, should be within line of what you can offer the other person. With the list that she just ran down, as far as what she wanted, she gave me no visual or picture as to where she was in life and what she had to offer. Lady, do you have a steady job? Do you own a car? Do you have a place of your own? And can you afford to pay for a damn dinner or two if we were to go out? She made no mention in that message as to where she was and what she had to offer. For all I know, she could have been a fat, broke-ass woman with no job, no car, and a child who was still living with her mama. And she's online looking for some sucker to take care of her and her child. Sadly, that's what a lot of these women out there are doing. I know of one whom I work with that falls into this same category. Now, she does, of course, have a job and her own car, but she's unattractive. She has a child, she lives at home, and can barely rub two nickels together. But she's online trying to find the one that God has for her. Oh, yeah. Question to the women that fall into this category: what do you have to offer anyone? Why would anyone want to be bothered? Not only are you unattractive and unappealing, but the current situations you're in sucks. You're broke and still living at home. Plus, someone has to help you raise your child. What are you bringing to the table? And why can't you try and find someone who is more on your level and a better match? If you're overweight and unattractive and have kids, then go and find yourself someone who is overweight, unattractive, and also has kids. Don't look for someone who takes care of themselves, who keeps in shape, and has no children of their own, because that's not fair to the other person. Stop being selfish. Stop feeling that you're entitled to someone who has more to offer than you do. See, the problem with most of these women is that they feel that all they have to bring to the party is their vagina. That's it. It doesn't matter that she's broke, unattractive, and has kids. Once she has that vagina between her legs, she can bid for someone on a better level than she is. Now, that may work for some simp or some guy who doesn't value himself. But for a man who has things going for himself and knows his worth, women like this shouldn't even get a second look. What I find disturbing is that there are men out there, well-to-do men, who take on women like this. Now, if the man is in the same boat as these women, then okay, you have a match. But if the guy has no children of his own and is making positive moves in his life, he shouldn't waste his time and energy. And he shouldn't be giving women like this power by feeding into their egos. You see, when a woman knows that you have more to offer than she does, and she's able to get you, then this will feed her ego. Why feed her ego? Why shortchange yourself? Because of her pussy? Brother, her vagina is not enough. These women are not even appealing, and their vaginas are not enough. So let's say you take on one of these women, and you end up hitting it. Hey, some of us would hit just about anything, let's be honest. After you bust your nut, you still have to deal with her. The lights have to come back on at some point, and you're going to see just how many rolls you had to lift up to find her vagina in the first place. Now, I already know that some of you are saying, you would just hit it and quit it if you were to go down that road. Okay, it's your life, and you're free to do with it as you like. I would warn you to be careful with the kind of women you deal with, though. If the woman you're dealing with are the type of women who have nothing going for themselves and they have nothing to lose, I would strongly advise you to keep as far away from them as you can. Let's look at the woman that sent me the message. She already has one child for somebody, and chances are that she's getting some sort of child support. The last thing you want to do is hook up with a woman like that and get her pregnant with another child, because then you'll be guy number 2. Some women make a living out of doing this, and these are usually women who lead with their vagina. You don't want to be part of the child support game. That's why you should say to these women, when they cross your path, lady, your vagina just isn't enough for me to be bothered with you. This is why, me personally, I wouldn't even be bothered with a woman unless she is at a certain stage in her life. at a certain level. And I especially don't deal with women who have nothing to lose. Those are the most dangerous ones of all, in my opinion. In the case of the woman who had messaged me, I didn't even respond to her. I have no desire to deal with someone like that. Not only did I not find her attractive or appealing, but something has to be said about the mentality of a woman who sends you a message like that the first time around. Something just wasn't right about her in my mind. Look, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had my share of sea hags in the past. When you allow yourself to be led by your dick, you'd be amazed by where you can end up. So I've been there, and I'm not going to condemn anyone who's currently there. What I'm saying is that you can't be thirsty all your life. You have way too much to lose by messing with any and everyone. Men, real talk here. Most of the women in the world today are just plain evil. Not all of them, but most. They use their vaginas as weapons to either control, manipulate, or destroy. How many men are trying to live with the ruin that some ratchet woman helped bring into their lives? How many men are caught up in that child support hustle? You bust a nut, and you pay for it for the next 18 years of your life. Dealing with the wrong woman and her vagina can really jack you up. That's why my statement to women is that their vagina is not enough to get and hold my interest anymore. And I'm not going to invest in some woman who only leads with her vagina. I have too much to lose. Anyway, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. So I'm going to bring this little video to a close. This is Devlin James. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. More videos to come.